Most people think that you need a lot of money for you to be able to build a house. I used one UK income to build my homestead, whilst I am paying my bills here in the UK at the same time supporting my children in Zimbabwe. In this video, I'm going to show you how I turned monthly paychecks split between two homes into bricks, into relationships, and building a future for myself. Hi, guys. My name is Grace, and I am living and working in the UK at the moment. And at the same time, I'm building myself a retirement home in the rural village of Zimbabwe. So here is the challenge. The challenge is UK bills, a household in Zimbabwe, and within that household, I support children who are going to university. So it's uni fees, it's transport from home to school, and the bills related to running a household really in the city. So this is what I'm dealing with. This is what the situation is like for me, and this only with a single income. So how did I do it? I started with what I had. I didn't wait for me to be having. I didn't wait to have a lot of money to be able to start. I started with what I have. In my previous video, I talked about how I acquired a piece of land, how I had to go back home because I wanted to be sure about the piece of land. I didn't have anyone to send, and also I think most of you would understand when I'm talking about the moment that someone who has a piece of land, and this is in the rural areas, the moment that they know that someone is coming from the UK and they intend to buy a piece of land from you, they already have their own expectations. They already think that I came loaded with money. So but that was not the situation. That was not what was happening. I actually went to see the piece of land with not even a single dollar in my pocket, but I just had to go. So when I went there, met the person, talked about it, told them that I wanted to buy the piece of land because I intended to build a homestead for myself and my family. And I also told them that I don't have the money right now, but I intend to be able to pay the month in installments. And you can all imagine the disappointment in their on their face. They were really disappointed. They actually told me that they thought that I came already with the money, but I had to tell them that that was not the situation. I didn't have the money. I want to buy the piece of land. I want to do the work. I want to build myself a homestead, but I wanted to buy in installments. So this is the first thing that I did. I had to buy the land in installments. I didn't have to wait until I could gather the money together for me to be able to buy that land. It wasn't really tens of thousands. It was just a few thousand, at a few thousands, but I didn't have that kind of money on me because I have two households, like I told you, UK bills and other bills in Harare as well. So I was actually on a tight budget. I didn't have any money on me, and to make the matters worse, I had just came from the UK just for a holiday. So already I didn't have any money on me. So that's what I did. I had to I had to put installments in place for me to be able to do that. So I did my installments. I was able to pay up the money in 6 months, and then and get registered with the local headman, and that was it. So that's what I did. I didn't have to wait. I didn't have to put the money together because I knew already that on my case, putting money together was going to be very difficult. So that's how I started. And also, planning, intentional about my planning. I had to make plans. I had to write my plans down. I had to give myself goals and targets to say, these in a every month I had like specific targets that I would make sure that I meet those goals. So the way I made these goals, they were small and attainable. I didn't want to give myself goals that were very hard to achieve, that were too big, but just to make my life miserable. I knew I couldn't make it. I knew if it's too big, then it will be overwhelming for me. So I had to break them down into small, attainable goals. So that's what I did. I was intentional with my planning. I write everything down and I make sure that they're attainable. I make also make, I mean, considering the income that I have, I know what how much I can spare in a month after meeting all my bills. After covering all my bills, I know how much I'm left with. So with that little that I have, I had to make sure that the little that little would go a long way. So I gave myself small, achievable targets. So that's how I did. That's how I did it. I had to put luxuries aside. There are times, there's so many things that others would do. You'd go have your hair done. You would have, people would go and have their hair, nails done, and things like that. But I had to just put those aside. You know, when you want something, you should be prepared to know that some luxuries will have to wait for a while until you are able to achieve your goal. So that's what I did. Eating out, these are some of the things that take a lot of our money. I wasn't eating out that much. I would resort to cooking my meals at home and buying my groceries and just make sure that I have what I needed. So that's also how I had to do that, because the money that I am left with each and every month is not that much. So I had to work with what I had. And I am here, and even though my children are back in Zimbabwe, they are still young. They're just young people, really, and for them to be able to manage a project that was going to be overwhelming for them, because they go to work, they go to school, and at the same time, negotiating with vanhu vakuru, it's something that is not easy for them. So I had to make sure that I get someone to manage the project for me. So the remote project management was something that is still it's still difficult. It's not easy just getting someone to do that for you. People are not trustworthy, and people, they are very poor in communication. You want receipts, you want photos, you want feedback, and you don't get that. So also, so that is also some difficulties that I was that came in my way. But I also had to learn to manage expectations, both my expectations and the expectations of the people, the person that was managing, who is actually managing the project for me. So with the person that is managing the project for me, I had to manage their expectations, because the moment that they hear that someone is in the diaspora, already their mind is filled with a lot of money. So I had to tell them that, look, I only get paid once a month, and I don't do two jobs. I only do one job. So the job that I do, I only get once a month, and I get paid at the end of the month. So if I ask you to do some work for me, you should know that I only get paid once, and if I give you the money, then I won't be able to keep on giving you the money throughout the month. So people, they have a tendency, and at times it might look like they are not trustworthy, or they're trying to trick you or steal from you, but it's easy that someone, they would say forget something, may, or anti-charge something. For example, they can say we need 20 bags of cement, and then you buy the 20 bags of cement, but later on in the building project, then they will tell you that my guru, we still need just two more so that we are able to finish this. It doesn't necessarily mean that they are stealing from you, but it's just human error. So it's also being able to manage those expectations on yourself, just knowing that it's not always that people are there to trick us or to steal from us, because also at the same time, as people who are abroad, we just think that everyone back home, they are not trustworthy. Everyone wants to steal from us. Yes, most of them, they want to do that, but some of them, they're just honest mistakes. Even if the construction or the project is done in your presence, things can run out. So it was also, I had to manage those expectations. I had to tell them that I only get paid once. At the same time, I also had to manage my own expectations. They at times, when I was told that we will be done, we will do the work in 2 weeks and we'll be done. But this is in a community. At times you are told there is a funeral, so we're not going to work. And it's some of those things that would require someone to understand that people, they are not always able to go to work, or the same time, to complete the project the same time that they said they were going to complete. And at the same time, someone, probably they will get another tender while they're working for you, and they will have to go and secure that tender. So it's also about managing our own expectations, because at times we just expect people to be perfect and not to be human. So this is something that I also had to learn. And also, like I said earlier on, I had to tell them that I only get paid once. So if my money is out, if we agree on something and my money is out, you have to learn to wait for me until I can get paid the following month. And also, on the same note, I also learned that, say, whatever is happening at the homestead requires about, say, $500. I'll just keep an extra $100 with me, because I know they will come back and say, my guru, pane something chasaririra. We need this. Can you just buy this for us? So in the same spirit here, I don't want delays. I just learned that I keep just an extra $100 on me in case. And always there was times when I was told just to put $20 more, or to put $50 more. So that's also how I had to do that. And so also on communication, like I said, people are not always good with communication, and doesn't necessarily mean that they are their dishonesty and they are trying to steal from you. Some people are just not good with communication. So it does need both you and the person doing the job to be able to manage your own expectations. And you have to do that by communicating with them clearly at the beginning of the project that you need to be doing this, and I need this to be put in place, I'm not going to send more money until I have receipts or pictures or videos of the current work that we are doing. So if you finish, send me videos, send me pictures, then I'll be able to give you money for the next thing. So on my case, I don't really have people who can be on the ground for me. It's people who are coming from the city, for example, just to go and monitor that work. So I don't have the person who lives right there who can communicate with me, giving me updates all the time. So I had to learn to manage my expectations as well. One of the things that I did, and that I actually think that it's worth mentioning, is using local resources. Building in the villages comes with a lot of advantages. For example, building material using farm bricks, readily available building material like peat sands, river sands. They are cheaper, and instead of using cars or trucks, using trucks to carry, say, river sand, at times you can use goro, you can use an ox-drawn cart. So it's easier, it's cheaper, and farm bricks, they are also a bit cheaper than when you are in the city. You have to use common bricks, and though there is also you need to be very careful with farm bricks, because it's not always when the quality of the bricks is top notch. At times the quality is really compromised, so you need someone with honest eyes to be on the ground for you when they are sourcing those building material, to tell you that at the moment the type of bricks that are there, they are not good enough. So you need that. So making use of local resources. My project manager is someone from my village. He is the person who is managing the project for me. So he is able to get the local boys to do, for example, when we wanted to do the trenching for the house foundation, it was because at the moment we only have like 2 rooms, which is part of the house that we have managed to build up. So those 2 rooms, they were about I think 4 by 4 meters. So it's 2 rooms, the same size, 4 by 4 meters. And digging the trenches for those rooms, the builder, because my builder is a builder that I know, who is coming from the city, and they had charged me $100 for trenching. But because my project manager was from the village, he actually had to go and look for the local boys. Imagine how much they charged me. They only charged me $30 for trenching. So it's them things that really makes a lot of difference. So this is also something that I did. And I just want to stress something as far as using local resources is concerned. There is an advantage of, besides the economic part of it, there is also another advantage, that you will be building relationships with the local community. People like it when you can use their unemployed children, or children, or even grown-ups in the village, to do some errands for you, to do some work for you. You are already building relationships. So besides sourcing resources from far away, try to use the resources that are local. Empower the local people. Ask them to do things for you. At the beginning, when we started building, we didn't have water at the homestead. So it was the local, my neighbor, who is actually very, and older woman who is my neighbor, she was the one who was carrying that water for me. Anyways, at the moment, we do have water already at the homestead. But at the beginning, she was the one who was carrying the water. And when she gave me when it was time for payments, she just said, just see what you can pay me. So at times also it comes to that you don't have to just pay them too little because they didn't charge you. You also just have to be reasonable. You have to be human because it's hard. They were carrying water using their heads, and it was really hard. It's hard work. So it's those things that I really found to be very enjoyable. My project manager, like I said, is a local guy. The builders who come to build, say, the chicken run, they are local people. It's only the house that I told them I want someone that I know already their work. I know they are qualified, that I want them to build my house because I don't want to compromise there. But small structures, it's the local guys who are doing that. And so I'm just thinking that the moment that I go back to to Zimbabwe, when I finally return and I go to my village, I mean, the foundation for the relationship is already built. So I'm not like I'm not like a stranger to them. They can already relate with me. And also the last thing that I wanted to just mention here is how because I told you that my plans is to return in the near future. So I had to make sure that the most basic things are there at the homestead, which is shelter, which is water, and which is sanitation. So I didn't wait until I was able to build the entire structure of the main house. I had just to build part of the house so that when I go back, if I want to go and live there, I already have some shelter. There is water there and there is sanitation there. I told you guys that I'm already, we are at the moment busy putting the plumbing in place. So it's just putting in place the important basic things. And if I am going to develop further, I know that the basic things are already there, because at the moment someone is already living at the homestead. So the basics are already there. So this is my story. So I invite you guys to follow my journey and to follow this journey that I'm doing, preparing to relocate back home. Travel the journey with me, share my videos, subscribe, and thank you very much if you have managed to watch this video until the end. When I have videos of what's going on the homestead, I'll be sharing those. But when I do not have the videos, I'll be also just talking to you what I learned, what I'm doing, and just sharing the journey really. If you are also building in Zimbabwe, let me know your experience. Share in the comments. Share your journey with me in the comments, and let's connect.